Well, good day, all. Ira Epstein with your metal market wrap-up, and this wrap-up is for the evening as we're here now on Wednesday, September 27, 2023. Well, the big debate tonight for the Republicans. This will narrow the field down because people won't be invited to other debates, but the money will get cut off soon. So this is a very important one. Then, of course, we'll see who can do what to where. President Biden is out of Detroit, and guess who's there? President Trump talking to the people. I can't believe the beauty of listening to these people do things that are so stupid. Yes, President Trump's stupid. You know where he's holding a rally for auto workers that he can come talk to? In a non-union shop. I heard that on TV. I spit out my coffee as I was listening to it. I mean, where's the staff in all these people? I mean, you got to dot the I, cross the T, and make sure that if you're going to do something, you do it right. But it just makes you laugh. I am not going in this tape to go into my thoughts on what's going on with the budget other than to say I expect a shutdown. I'll give you my thoughts when we're in the financial one, because why spend the time on that? Interest rates continue to move higher. The stock market is wobbling. September has turned out to be a disaster, as I predicted a month ago. And I think my predictions, I'm going to dig them out in that tape I did and decide what I do with it, because I laid out what I thought would happen in September, October, and then going into the final 2 months of the year. And so far, things are coming out the way that special report laid them out. I know you want me to do another special report, maybe an update. I don't know. We'll see. I got so many things I want to do in special reports. I don't know if I want to do one on that yet. In the gold market, I'm going to go back to my theory. Today I was doing my PowerPoints for my new charting course. And I spent at least 2 hours on it. And I realized maybe I should just do and take the moving averages by themselves and make a sub-course out of it. I'm debating about it now because there's so much to understand with them. And I could make a course that's easily an hour long because there is so much to understand when you use them. One of my things to understand is when the market is underneath the 18-day average of closes, I have a natural bearish bias. If the market rallies, the area that the market should have trouble at initially is back at that number. If the market's over that number, the area it should have trouble on breaks is back at that number, and it should fight a battle there and then see which way it gives up. That's what's going on and has gone on, and you're in the down slope on the gold market. When you look at the gold market, I swear to you, this morning when I put out my update around 11:30, I said, watch out for a meltdown in the gold today, and you got it. What was going to hold it up? The dollar's strong. Crude oil advanced $3. Why would anybody want to hold on to long gold? Boom. And interest rates are making new highs. Yeah, new highs. They just keep making higher and higher yield. These are all the enemies of this market, and you have just plunged. When you take a look at it, if I back up just one day, and I can, you were down today 1.5%, nearly $29. So that's a heck of a break in the market. Notice where the market threw itself. It fought a battle at the 18-day average. When it got over it, it came back and tested it. When it got under it, it came back and tested it. And finally, after a test, and it took out a lower low finally, it just let itself go. That's the impact of a swing line. That's the brown line that I connect all this with. And that's part of the charting course. I've already done those different PowerPoints, so I'm ready to start recording probably in another 3 weeks, 2 weeks. I got to finish up the rest of the PowerPoints. Then they just go like that because one thing builds on the other. It'll be fun. My goal is to have something ready by the Christmas time. In the gold market, you're under the Bollinger Band. I teach, doesn't mean I'm right. I teach you don't deploy new money to the short side under Bollinger Bands. Yes, you can keep going down. But the odds of staying under that band are only 5% of the time. You're going to stay within the bands. The word is plural. 95% of the time. So when you step out, you're in that rarefied area where, yes, it can still keep falling. I'm not saying to buy. I'm saying that when down there, you're in a free fall area. If you're embedded, it's terrible, but you're oversold. So this is a market that could at any point get itself a heck of a correction to the upside to get back in the Bollinger Band, but there's nothing bullish about it other than it's oversold. When we come to the gold-silver ratio, as long as you stay with this number over the 18-day average, what is it saying? It's saying silver is weaker than gold. What? Well, you need more ounces. The higher the number, you need more ounces of silver to buy an ounce of gold. That's why. In the silver market, right down to the Bollinger Band bottom again. And notice what happened. This is so important to see. When we broke down over here and you hit the band, you started with the swing line coming back up. That's fine. My goal is no more. It should fight a battle at that 18-day average of closes. That's what I just showed you when we're looking at the close-only chart. That's what happens here. And boom, the market let go and you went right down again. I wouldn't be surprised that you get a rally over the next whatever period of time and try to get to the 18-day average and fight a battle there again. The copper market's in a free fall right now. And it's in a free fall because nothing good is happening in China. They are in it's not mini, they are in an implosion in their property market. I'm not saying their whole economy, but their economy, I think it's near 30% counts on property. And it's just doing one of these. Each time you read a newspaper, it's one of the companies can't pay off a debt. Who's in their right mind is going to go out and give their property company the money? You have to pay for your home up front. Trust them that they're going to deliver it a year and a half from now. Huh? You going to do that? We wouldn't do it in America. That's how they work there, and that's why things aren't selling. So the government is now saying to the regions, because this is how the different regions would get revenue to support local government, and they would, on their books, they're doing this, and how do they get money to keep going? Because they got problems. Nobody's buying property. There's no revenue coming in from the loss of those sales. So the government's saying, turn in the debt that you have on your books. We will issue you government bonds at a very low rate for that. You'll owe us that money. Well, what they're really doing is nationalizing the debt. I know you'll say, how did I go from A to Z? But if you think about it, they're not going to let those regions fail. So it's a nice way to say, you owe me the money, you're going to have state debt now, and on that debt you owe it. What's the reality? If you can't pay it, you can't pay it. You'll work it out with us forever. Okay, that's what I think's going on. That's my take on it. In the platinum market, you're down to the Bollinger Band. Look for support right there. When you hit these bands, this is not the spot to get super aggressive. That's what I teach. You're also oversold. And in the dollar, it's a runaway to the upside, but it's been this way all the way through. Where's it going is anybody's guess. It can go higher. Could it go 110 plus? It can. Depends how the world is doing with all this. But we are the strongest country in the world, even though when you look at our newspaper, you wouldn't believe it for 1 cent. Do you? Disarray in Congress, immigration problems everywhere, the border out of control. People, if you live in a big city, it's just crime-ridden with these new, don't arrest them, let them go because you might be sued, and you got to give them treatment. They got to be treated. When they were brought up, they were done wrong, and we have to be patient. This is what you hear in Chicago. I don't know what you hear in your other place. To me, a criminal's a criminal. They should be punished if they commit a crime. End of discussion. It's how I was brought up. Seems to have worked a lot better when I was growing up. As I take a look, you can see how the market is over that particular number. Nah, I wouldn't go chasing it. But here's something I do want you to chase. You know, I know a lot of you trade spiders, ETFs, stocks. And I know that you'll look at this and sometimes you say to yourself, I like the metals, but I'm not going to trade the futures. There's too much risk. Well, I cover them in detail using the ETFs. GLD, SLV, COPX, I can go on and on, all the miners. So I cover galore in there. So you can get all these type of things covered for yourself. So if you're a metal trader and you're looking to do that, there is another way. And I do it the same for the stock indices. Sometimes people don't want the futures. They feel more secure in playing these. And sometimes they say, never going short, but I'll play the inverse. And there are of many of these. And you can play those. And you're basically long the inverse. You understand how that works. All right, so if this sounds of something you'd like, I'd like you to take a look at my Spider ETF video. I think you'll find that I recorded about 9 in the morning. It's ready for you after 9:30, quarter to 10. That's in a general time frame. And I do that for a reason. You do know that as the stock market closes, there's an aftermarket. And you can trade like a Schwab who took over TD Ameritrade. I have an account with them and others. And you go in and you look and you go, oh, there's the aftermarket in there. But when the stock market opens in the morning, there's an arbitrage between what you did there and the other. I let that catch up for the first 20 minutes or so. In addition, up to 9 o'clock in the morning, typically, you get a lot of U.S. economic data. Typically. If we go into a shutdown, you won't get the government reports. They're the first things that just disappear on you. So why not take a look at this and see if it fits in with your style? I cover the weekly charts and the daily charts. Long-term and shorter term. I am definitely not a day trader. There are day trades. If I say buy or sell and my stop gets hit, I'm a day trader. But it's rare that you go in and you get your objective in one day. I wish I could say that's the case, and it's not most of the time. And I am not looking for, hey, here, let's go there for 30 cents. I'm not interested in those type of trades in any manner. So I look at it, try to put together what I can for you, and I'd like you to try it for free. Free. No credit card, nothing. All you need to do is go to our website, go under free offers, move your cursor up here under free offers, take a ride with it. I think you'll find it very exciting. I'm Ira Epstein. You have a good day. I'll see you tomorrow.